School bullying, appearance, and tragic fates. In an era where appearance is often judged harshly, many teens have become victims of bullying simply for being different. This is especially true for those who don't fit into society's narrow standards of beauty. Tragically, the price for these baseless judgments is sometimes their very lives. The forgotten names in loneliness. Stories like those of Channing, Tori H., and Maya L. leave painful scars, not just on their families, but on society as a whole. These were once ordinary students, but their lives were shattered by bullying because of their appearance. These children found no escape from their pain and ended their lives far too soon. Channing, 2015, USA, is one of the most heartbreaking stories. As a boy teased for his weight, he faced relentless taunts from both classmates and on social media. The constant pressure from cruel comments about his body led Channing into a spiral of despair, which he ultimately could not escape. Tori H., 2013, USA, was a young girl who always felt isolated because of her appearance. The mockery over her looks became an overwhelming burden, making Tori feel unloved and unsupported by those around her. This deep sense of loneliness and despair led her to end a life full of promise. Maya L., 2016, USA, was bullied both in school and online. The criticisms of her appearance extended beyond the physical realm, infiltrating the virtual spaces she sought refuge in. With no support from family or friends, Maya chose to end her pain through suicide. A timeline of heartbreak. 2015, Channing passed away after being continuously ridiculed about his weight by classmates and online users. He endured long-term bullying and could not find any support from those around him. 2013, Tori H. took her life, unable to withstand the social isolation and cruel jokes about her looks. She had endured years of scorn simply for her appearance. 2016, Maya L. faced harsh criticism and mockery both in school and across social media platforms. Trapped in a cycle of appearance-based taunts, she ultimately saw no way out. Bullying, cruel and inhumane behavior. Appearance often becomes a target for bullying, leading to devastating losses. Victims like Jacob Hall, Tina Wong, and Desiree McKinney were judged unfairly for not being beautiful according to societal standards. Jacob Hall, 2016, USA, was once a happy boy, but everything changed when classmates began mocking his appearance. They called him cruel names like elephant and fat. Though Jacob tried to ignore the words, these hurtful remarks slowly eroded his self-esteem. Ultimately, the pain became too much, and he took his own life. Tina Huang, 2016, USA, endured vicious taunts about her body. She tried to stay strong, but the isolation and harsh comments wore her down. Tina left behind a heartbreaking letter, detailing the loneliness and pain she had faced. Desiree McKinney, 2018, was bullied for both her skin color and weight. The discrimination and insults over her appearance made her feel unsafe everywhere. Constant pressure from peers, her community, and social media led Desiree to make the tragic decision to end her life. Crying out in despair. Many victims of bullying leave behind letters filled with pain as their final plea for help. These letters often reveal the depths of their loneliness, hopelessness, and the feeling of being misunderstood. Maya L. story. A heartbreaking goodbye. Maya L. was a bright, ambitious young girl, often praised by her friends and family for her intelligence and enthusiasm. But beneath the surface, Maya felt inadequate, not beautiful, and undeserving of her place in the world. One of the underlying reasons for her feelings was the constant barrage of hurtful remarks from friends, society, and even strangers. At school, Maya was ridiculed and bullied for her appearance. The cruel comments about her weight, skin, and clothes were like knives stabbing at her fragile self-esteem. On social media, where she sought connection, Maya continued to face relentless criticism. The hurtful remarks didn't just attack her looks. They questioned her worth, her character, and her spirit. Each time she posted a picture or a status update, she was met with an onslaught of harsh, demeaning comments. Her friends didn't understand, and her family didn't know the extent of the emotional battle Mia was fighting every day. Though her parents loved her dearly, they couldn't see how their daughter was slowly being crushed under the weight of cruel words and invisible pressures. They encouraged her to be strong, confident, and to ignore the harsh comments. But this only made Maya feel like she couldn't truly share her pain, as it wasn't taken seriously. Statements like, "You're not pretty enough," "You're too fat," and "Nobody likes a girl like you," haunted Maya. She tried to smile, to shrug off the hurt, but the pressure grew heavier by the day. Each cruel comment, every sneer at school, and the constant rejection from those around her made Maya feel like she was sinking into a bottomless pit of loneliness. Sleepless nights found Maya sitting alone, reflecting on everything that had happened. She stared into the mirror and saw nothing but a girl she believed the world had rejected. Each time she checked social media, she was met with more cruel comments, hateful messages that made it impossible for her to escape the judgmental world. For a long time, Maya lived in a whirlwind of self-doubt, guilt, and overwhelming despair. Though she tried to share her pain, her words went unheard. Maya confided in her parents, but they only advised her to brush off the bullies and ignore the negativity. Her friends just laughed it off, never realizing the depth of her suffering. Maya held on for as long as she could, but the isolation and social pressure became too much to bear. A final letter. In the end, Mia chose to leave this world, taking with her all the hurt she had endured. She left behind a letter for her parents, filled with heartbreaking words. "I'm sorry, Mom and Dad, but I can't bear these cruel words any longer. I've tried to be strong, but every day feels like a battle I can't win. Every insult, every sneer, every hateful message has drained me. I don't even know who I am anymore. I feel like I don't deserve to live in this world, and that hurts me deeply. You've always loved me, but that hasn't been enough to erase the pain I'm going through. I wish things could be different. I wish I could be as strong as you want me to be, but I can't. Every day I wake up is another battle I no longer have the strength to fight. I love you, and I'm sorry for causing you this pain. But I can't continue living with this hurt. I don't want you to be sad because of me, but I don't have any other choice. Please understand that I've done everything I could, but I've run out of strength." Maya's letter is a heartbreaking cry for help, a voice from the depths of despair. She tried to hold on, tried to fight, but in the end, the bullying and the pressures from society pushed her beyond the limits of her endurance. Tina Huang, 2016, USA. Tina Huang's letter is a painful message, filled with despair and a sense of not being understood. The girl tried to express the deep emotions and mental wounds she had endured for a long time while facing bullying related to her appearance. The content of this letter is her final cry for help, left before she chose to give up on life, a heartfelt confession addressed to her parents and society. The girl writes, "I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. I've tried to be strong as much as I can, but every day I feel like I'm slowly disappearing. I want to live in this world, but I can't find a place where I belong. Everyone says I'm not good enough, not beautiful enough, and I start to believe that it's true. Every time I look in the mirror, I no longer recognize myself. I don't know who I am, and I feel like I don't deserve to be here. Every word, every glance makes me feel small and useless. I wish I could change, wish I could be what they want, but I can't. I feel like I'm sinking into darkness, and no one hears my cries for help. Mom, Dad, I'm sorry for disappointing you. I love you all, but I can't take it anymore. I hope you understand that I never wanted to do this, but I see no other way out. I want to be free from this pain, from the humiliation I have to endure every day. Please don't be sad because of me. I just want to feel worthy of living, but this life has become too difficult. I hope you can forgive me." A desperate cry for help. Tina is an ordinary girl like any other child, but in the eyes of others, she seems never to be good enough, never beautiful enough. Every day at school is a nightmare for her, as the mockery, judgment, and contemptuous glances from her peers make her feel small and useless. The cruel words about her appearance do not stop in the classroom, but creep into every corner of her life, from the playground to social media. Tina has tried to be strong, tried to ignore the insults, but gradually, the mental wounds have become too great. She begins to believe that she really is not good enough, that she is mediocre and does not deserve to exist in this world. Each time she looks in the mirror, she no longer recognizes herself, only seeing a distorted image that society has labeled her. In every glance, every word, she feels like she is being erased, disappearing little by little. Her letter is not just a farewell, but a testament to what she has endured. In it, we can see the pain of a soul that is gradually running out of hope, as she can no longer find a way out other than to give up. The girl cannot find a place in life, cannot recognize her worth, because all she hears and feels is scorn and humiliation. Tina writes, "I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. I've tried to be strong as much as I can, but every day I feel like I'm slowly disappearing." These words not only express desperation, but also show that the girl has had to struggle, fighting against feelings of isolation and not being understood. Tina feels like she is disappearing because the words and actions of others have made her lose her confidence, lose faith in herself and in life. She wishes to live, to feel like she belongs somewhere, but society continuously pushes her to the margins, making her feel worthless. Everyone says I'm not good enough, not beautiful enough, and I start to believe that it's true. The insults and mockery about Tina's appearance have gradually eroded her self-esteem. The girl not only feels she is not beautiful on the outside, but she also feels she is not good enough in every aspect. Every time someone criticizes her, she feels like a failure again. The feeling of rejection and lack of recognition plunges her into a vicious cycle of insecurity and depression. Every word, every glance makes me feel small and useless. Tina cannot escape the judging eyes, cannot avoid the hurtful words. Every time she meets someone, she fears that she will be criticized. That fear makes her retreat even more, feeling like she's worthless. She senses her smallness and uselessness, not only in the eyes of others, but also in her own eyes. "I feel like I'm sinking into darkness, and no one hears my cries for help." Deep down, Tina has cried for help. She wishes that someone could listen, understand the pain she is enduring. But every time she tries to open up, it seems no one truly pays attention to what she is going through. The feeling of being abandoned and lonely has turned her life into a nightmare with no escape. She sinks into the darkness of despair, with no one beside her, no one hearing her cries for help. In the end, Tina chose to leave this life, not because she wanted to give up, but because she could not find another way to escape the pain. Her letter is a sorrowful farewell, addressed to the people she loves. "I'm sorry for disappointing everyone. I love Mom and Dad, but I can't take it anymore. I want to be free from this pain, from the humiliation I have to endure every day." In her final words, Tina reveals the pain she has kept hidden for a long time. She loves her parents, but that love cannot erase the mental suffering she endures daily. She does not want to hurt her parents, but she cannot continue living in a world where she cannot find her worth. Her decision is the result of a long battle, where she has tried but ultimately could not overcome the pain and humiliation. "I hope you can forgive me." Tina hopes that her family will understand and forgive her decision. Although that decision may cause pain to those she loves, it is the only way she sees to escape the unbearable pain. The girl does not want to hurt anyone, but she is too exhausted to keep fighting. Tina Yuan's letter is a painful and profound message about the pressures a child can face in modern society. The expectations of appearance, bullying, and societal judgment have pushed the girl to the brink of life. Tina's story is a reminder that sometimes seemingly harmless words can cause deep, invisible wounds. It is also a wake-up call about the need for us to care more about the feelings and mental health of those around us, especially vulnerable young people. In a world where beauty standards and perfection are overly emphasized, we need to learn to love and respect each other, so that no one feels like Tina, unworthy, not good enough, and not understood. Tina has clearly expressed the feelings of loss and mental breakdown she has experienced while facing bullying. The apology in her letter reflects her torment. She feels she has failed to overcome the judgments of society. The letter is clear evidence of the devastating effects of bullying, which not only affects a person physically, but can also push a young person to the brink of despair. Tina Wang's letter is a wake-up call, highlighting the necessity of preventing school violence and mental abuse. Victims like Tina need to be heard and supported so that no one else has to write such painful farewell words. Common characteristics of all victims. The common characteristic of all victims is that their appearance is considered inappropriate by societal standards. They are bullied simply for not having the perfect body, for not being beautiful according to some definitions. The body insults, mocking laughter, and malicious words have killed the spirits of these children. Bullying based on appearance is not just bad behavior. It is a form of mental violence that can lead to death. The stories of victims like Channing, Tori H., Maya L., Jacob Hall, and many others have sounded the alarm about the cruel impact of bullying solely because of appearance. Everyone has the right to live with respect and not to suffer malicious judgment simply for their appearance. These suicides emphasize the importance of how we must confront school violence and online bullying, not only through education, but also through decisive actions from the community and society.